Yeah. They told me to wait for my time. I stopped waiting. I built mine. Let's go! Yeah. I was born for the grind, had a hunger in my bloodstream. Came up with a dream, had to fight just to become seen. No silver spoon, just a vision and a stubborn mind. Learn to turn a little hope into a reason to survive. I remember empty pockets, heavy thoughts, long nights, watching other people win while I was learning how to fight. Never hated what they had, I just studied how to get it. Then I took the lessons home and made a promise I will profit. Not just money, I'm talking freedom from the pressure. Being able to provide and still recognize myself in the mirror. I don't need a matching if the soul inside is running out. Rather build it slow and know exactly what I invested. Every setback left a message, every loss became tuition. Every failure forced me to improve the way I made decisions. I stopped looking for a shortcut when I realized something. The road that makes you stronger is usually the road that takes the longest. So I move with intention, never wrestle for attention. I don't post every victory, I protect the whole direction. Let them wonder what I'm doing, let the silence build suspense. Some of the biggest moves begin before they make any sense. Born for the grind, I don't need the motivation. I learn discipline is stronger than a temporary sensation. Anybody can go hard when the fire's in their chest. Real ones keep the engine running when they're tired and unimpressed. I've been tired, I've been broke, I've been doubted, I've been low, but I never let a season turn into the person that I know. Yeah, had to separate the noise from the voice inside my head. Had to stop believing every negative thing that people say. Some advice come from love, some comes from insecurity. Learn to take the wisdom without taking on they fear of me. Look, I don't need to prove I'm different, I just live it every day. While they talk about the mountain, I'm already on my way. No applause, no cameras, no credit on the mission. Just a clock, kind of hunger and a ruthless self-conviction. I know the price of wanting something bigger than your comfort. You sacrifice a little now so tomorrow can be stronger. Every hour that I lose becomes another brick I'm laying. I'm not chasing overnight success, I'm building something staying. Piano in the background, dark and cold beneath the skyline. 808, moving slowly like a heartbeat after midnight. Minimal drums, let the vocal breathe between the pressure. This is more than just a song, it's a statement of direction. I was born for the grind, but I wasn't born to suffer. There's a difference between ambition and destroying who you are. For it, I want the money, but I want the peace that comes with earning it. Want the power, but I want enough wisdom not to worship it. Give me progress over praise, give me purpose over status. Give me people at my table who would live before the palace. If I ever reach the top, I won't forget the floor beneath me, cause the struggle built the foundation underneath the person you see. Look, that's the code, no shortcuts, no excuses, no pretending. You don't become dangerous by talking about what you could be. You become dangerous when you finally become consistent. Let it breathe. One heartbeat, one decision. Yeah, bring the bass back. Now I'm stepping into pressure like I asked the word to test me. Every challenge that arises gives another chance to sharpen me. Yeah, I know how far this road will take me when it's finished, but I know I'm not the same man I was standing at the beginning. Yeah, so let the night get colder, let the road get longer, let the doubters get louder. I'm becoming even stronger. I don't need an easy life, I need a life that means something. And if the dream gets heavy, I'll become the man who lifts it. Born for the grind, built through the pressure, driven by purpose. And this is only chapter 1. Yeah. If you're still listening, you already know. We ain't here for a moment. We're here for the whole story. Let's work. Let's work. Yeah, 2 a.m. City still breathing. Everybody got somewhere to be. I got somewhere to become. Love, yeah. No sleep district, neon bleeding through the window, cold coffee on the table, thoughts moving like a tempo. Everybody chasing comfort, I'm chasing something greater. I learn ambition gets expensive when you start to take it serious. Yeah, late nights taught me things in daytime, never show me who was really in my corner, who just loved the story. When the room gets quiet, you can hear your own intentions. No crowd to impress, no distractions from the questions. What am I building? Who am I becoming? What am I willing to sacrifice before the moment comes? I don't have all the answers, but I know I can't stand still, cause every wasted hour is a piece of time I never get to rebuild. So I keep the engine running while the whole block goes dark, trying to turn these restless nights into a permanent mark. I don't glorify fight the struggle, I respect what it taught me. There's a difference between being hungry and destroying your body. I learned to chase the dream without letting it consume me. Cause what's the point of winning if the victory ruins me? So I move with a purpose every hour. Got a reason, not obsessed with getting rich. I'm obsessed with changing seasons. I'm surviving every month to create something lasting from wondering if I'm ready to becoming who they can't imagine. No sleep district. City lights reflecting on the pavement. Every window got a story. Every silence got a statement. Somebody's working overtime. Somebody's running from a problem. Somebody's building an empire while the world is so sleeping. I know that feeling when the pressure starts to multiply. When the bills don't wait and every dream feels oversized. You can either let the weight convince you that you're finished, or use it as a reason to become more disciplined. Yeah, I chose the second one. Had to change my habits. Had to cut the noise. Had to stop making promises I wasn't ready to accomplish. Look, everybody wants the outcome. Nobody wants the repetition. Nobody talks about the boring days of build precision. It's easy to be inspired when the music's getting loud. Harder to keep the same intensity when nobody's around. That's where the real work lives. Somewhere nobody sees it. In the hours when your confidence is low but you still believe it. I don't need a perfect night, I just need another step. Another page, another brick, another reason not to quit. Piano in the background, distant like a memory at midnight. 808 underneath, low pulse, moving with the street lights. Minimal drums, let the atmosphere carry all the tension. Every breath between the bars becomes another form of pressure. No sleep doesn't mean no peace, I had to learn a lesson. Sometimes solitude is where you finally hear your own direction. I stopped confusing, being busy with the actually progressing. Started choosing what deserves my energy and attention. I don't answer every call, I don't chase every opportunity. Not every open door deserves a piece of my identity. If it costs my principles, then the price is way too heavy. I'd rather wait for something right than take something just because it's ready. Look, that's maturity. Knowing when to move, knowing when to pause, knowing what to protect. The goal ain't just to make it out. The goal is to become someone worth making it for. Street lights, race, rain, 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 rain. On concrete, still awake, yeah. Bring the bass back, now the sky getting lighter, but the mission isn't finished. Another night became another lesson I can carry with me. I don't know who would notice all of the hours that I invested, but know what they're creating, and that's more than I expected. Yeah, no sleep district, but I'm not afraid of the silence. I found strength in the moments when nobody could guide me. Every night I stay committed, I wait to my conviction. Every morning I woke up, give the dream another chance to live it. So if you're awake right now with something heavy on your mind, don't confuse a slow season with the end of your entire life. Keep your vision close, keep your standards even closer. You don't need to see the finish line to take another step forward. Look, city sleeps, we keep building. No sleep district, no shortcuts, no wasted motions. And tomorrow, we do it again. Yeah, nobody saw the foundation. They only noticed the building. That's alright. Look, built in the dark, with a vision, had no witnesses. Had to trust a voice inside when doubt was getting vicious. No spotlight on the process, no applause for the repetition. Just 1,000 little choices turning pressure into discipline. Yeah, I remember having nothing but a reason to keep going. Had a pocket full of problems and a head full of emotions. Everybody loves a dream when the dream starts looking profitable, but nobody wants to stand beside you when the future is improbable. So I stopped explaining what I could improve. Yeah, stopped asking for approval from people I hadn't impressed. I learned silence ain't weakness, sometimes silence is protection. When you're building something fragile, keep it away from bad intentions. Look, every brick was laid with something I had to sacrifice. Some were hours, some were friendships, some were pieces of a comfortable life. I don't regret it, but I remember what it cost me. Cause you can't understand the value of a mountain if you never felt it climbing. I kept working through the season when the progress looked invisible. Kept believing in the vision when the evidence was minimal. That's when faith became practical, not something that I mentioned. It became waking up and doing what I said I was committed to. Built in the dark where nobody could protect me. Had to learn to make decisions when the answer wasn't ready. I made mistakes, paid the price, took the lesson, kept the scars. Every failure gave me information about who we really are. I don't have the ugly chapters just to make the story cleaner. Some of my worst decisions made my future self much wiser. I learned more from losing than I ever learned from winning. Cause victory can make you comfortable while failure keeps you thinking. Yeah, there were nights I questioned if the sacrifice was worth it. Wondered if the dream was real or just another way to hurt me. Then I think about the person I would become if I surrendered. And somehow that was enough to make me get up and remember. Look, I'm not chasing perfection, I'm chasing progression. Every day I want a little more control over my direction. I don't need to move a mountain every time I wake up. Sometimes winning is simply refusing to give up. Yeah, and it's something nobody can take from you. Not a critic, not a failure, not a person who outgrew you. They can question every step, they can laugh at what you're building, but they can't erase the work that happened when nobody was listening. Piano in the background, cold and spacious like an empty room. 808 underneath, slow pulse breaking through the gloom. Minimal drums, let the silence carry all the weight. Every word should feel like something learned too late. Built in the dark, but I don't fear the darkness anymore. I've seen enough to know exactly what the pressure's for. It strips away the ego, shows you what you really value, shows you who you are when there's nobody around to save you. I found out I don't need everybody to understand me. I just need enough clarity to know what I'm demanding from myself, from my future, from the life I'm trying to create. And if the road gets lonely, let it be lonely for a minute. I'd rather walk towards something real than stand still just to fit in it. Not everybody has to come, not everybody has to see. Some journeys get stronger when the crowd gets smaller naturally. Look, that's the part they never show you. The beginning is quiet, the middle is uncertain, the breakthrough is invisible until it isn't. No drums, no voices, just the sound of something becoming. Bring the bass back, now I look around and see the pieces finally connecting. Every sleepless night became a part of what I'm protecting. Still got miles to go, but I respect how far I've traveled, cause the man who started this can never handle what I carry now. Yeah, I built it in the dark, so I don't need the lights to guide me. I got enough conviction that the pressure can't divide me. If the whole world disappears tomorrow, I'll rebuild it from the floor. I've done it once without a witness, I can damn sure do it more. So let them see the outcome, they don't need to know the process. Let them judge the final picture. I remember every brushstroke, the foundation stays invisible beneath everything you're seeing. But that's exactly why the structure doesn't fall when the storm arrives. Built in the dark, raised by pressure, shaped by silence, and now we're just getting started. Yeah. Money talks, but the loudest moves don't make a sound. Look. Look, money talks, silence, I learned that from the long nights when the pockets wasn't heavy but the vision still was airtight. People love to count your money when they don't know what it cost you. They see the numbers going up, never see what it took from you. Yeah, I don't discuss every move, I let the results introduce it. Too many people talk about the plan before they ever execute it. I learned discretion is a weapon when your vision starts expanding. Everybody doesn't need a front row seat to what you're planning. I remember counting change, now I'm counting bigger options. But the goal was never flexing, it was buying back my freedom. I want time with the people that I love, peace inside my home, and enough financial distance that I never have to beg for what I own. Look, money can reveal a person faster than success can create one. Give somebody power and watch what they do when nobody's watching. Some start treating people different when the balance gets impressive. I promised I'd never let a number change the way I measure respect. I don't need designer labels screaming from across the room. I'd rather own the foundation underneath the things I consume. Quiet wealth, quiet moves, quiet confidence. Let the people chase appearances, I'm focused on permanence. Yeah, money talk, silence, every dollar got a purpose. I don't spend to look successful, I spend to make the future certain. There's a difference between looking rich and actually being stable. One is built for people's eyes, the other keeps your family able. I had to learn delay gratification, patience over impulse. Turned I want it right now into what will this become. Every sacrifice feels different when you understand the mission. You stop seeing what you can't buy and start protecting your position. Yeah, some people think the hustle means you never take a break, but burnout ain't a badge of honor, it's a debt you gonna pay. So I learned to protect my energy like I protect my money, cause a wealthy bank account means nothing if your life ain't worth the living. Look, I don't chase every opportunity just because it comes with commas. Some deals look like gold until you read between the promises. I learned to ask who's winning when the contract gets completed, cause money moves in silence but greed can get you defeated. So I keep my circle tight and my information even tighter. Not paranoid, just aware of how success can change desire. If you know what you're building, you don't need to broadcast it. Let the foundation grow before you ever show the palace. Yeah. Yeah, piano in the background, dark luxury beneath the skyline. 808, rolling low like a black car through the nighttime. Minimal drums, leave the bass enough room to breathe. This is financial discipline with a street mentality. Money ain't the master, I'm the one deciding where it goes. I don't need a million just to prove that I'm somebody worth knowing. Give me assets over applause, give me freedom over followers. Give me something that survives when the temporary world collapses. Yeah, I remember every time I couldn't afford to make a mistake. Now I understand that poverty can teach you how to calculate. Every loss became a lesson, every lesson became a system. Now I'm building something bigger than a momentary position. Look, and if the money disappears, I won't disappear with it. I built the mind that generated it, that's the real advantage in it. Take away the numbers, I'll create them once again. Because wealth ain't what's sitting in the account, it's who you had to become to put it there. Now the money moves quiet, but the vision getting louder. Every calculated step putting distance between me and the struggle. I don't need to tell the world how far I'm trying to take it. I'd rather disappear for a season and return with something greater, yeah. Let them speculate, let them wonder where I've been. Some chapters need privacy before the next one can begin. I ain't hiding from the world, I'm protecting what I'm growing. There's a difference between being secretive and knowing what you're showing. Money talks silence, but character speaks forever. You can lose a fortune overnight and still rebuild it better. So I measure every dollar by the freedom that it buys, not the attention that it gets when somebody sees the price. Look, money talks silence, the loudest proof is a life you don't have to explain. Keep building, keep quiet, let the numbers speak. Yeah, pressure. Everybody wants the crown, nobody wants to wait. Let it build, build, build. Pressure makes kings, but the pressure ain't romantic. It'll test every belief you ever claimed was automatic. It'll take away the comfort, leave you standing with your choices, then force you to decide if you can still recognize your voice. Yeah, I learned more in the moments when I had nowhere to hide. When the plans fell apart and there was nowhere left to divide. No one coming with a rescue, no miracle on the way. Just me, my consequences, and another chance to face the day. That's where character gets built, not inside a celebration. It's forged inside the silence after every disappointment. Anybody can look fearless when the road is going smoothly. Real strength shows itself when everything you love is shaky. Look, I had dreams that didn't happen, plans that turned to dust. People I believed in breaking every promise but on plus. For a minute I was angry, thought the world had picked a side. And I realized adversity doesn't care who's wrong or right. So I stopped asking why me, started asking what. Now stop waiting for permission, started figuring it out. Every problem became a question, every question had a lesson. Every lesson made me sharper, every scar became protection. Pressure makes kings, but it can make monsters too. Depends on what you carry and what the pressure does to you. Some become bitter, some become addicted to the control. Some win every battle and still lose themselves along the road. I don't want that kind of victory, I want something deeper. Want success without becoming someone that I wouldn't recognize as either. If I ever hold the power, let me hold it with restraint. Let me remember every person that I was before the change. Yeah, I see people break relationships just to protect an image. Trade their peace for status, trade their values for attention. I don't want applause that disappears when the room empties. I want respect that stays intact when there's nobody there to witness. Look, so I keep my ego underneath the mission. Every time I start feeling too important, and I remember where I've been. The ground beneath my feet was never promised to me. That's why every step I take comes with humility. Yeah, pressure taught me patience when I wanted instant answers. Taught me how to keep my head when everything was getting louder. Taught me that a leader doesn't always have to speak. Sometimes the strongest move is knowing when to listen. Yeah. Piano in the background, dark and heavy like a storm coming. 808 underneath, slow pulse like a war drum humming. Minimal drums, leave the space around the vocal breathing. Let the tension rise naturally before the bass starts speaking. Pressure makes kings, but the crown is not the reward. The person you become, what carrying it is what you're fighting for. You can lose the money, lose the title, lose the fame, but better you kept your principles. You didn't really lose the game. Yeah. That's why I don't feel the weight the way I used to. I've been underneath enough of it to know what it can do. It can crush you if you fight it, or it can teach you how to stand. Sometimes the hardest season introduces you to the strongest version of a man. Look, I don't need a throne to know what I survived. Don't need a room full of people telling me I'm qualified. I got proof inside my habits, proof inside my discipline, proof inside the fact that every time I fell I started again. Bring the bass back, now bring the bass back. Now I carry pressure differently, I don't let it define me. I use it like a blade to cut away what doesn't belong beside me. Every challenge gets a purpose, every loss gets understood. I don't ask for an easier road, I ask to handle it like I should. Yeah, if the crown comes tomorrow, I'll be ready for the wait. If it doesn't, I'll keep building, I don't need it to validate. Kings ain't made by titles, they're made by what they endure. By the way they treat the powerless, by the promises they secure. So let the pressure come, I got nothing left to prove. I'm not chasing anybody else's definition of success to choose. I know what I'm building, I know exactly why I started, and I won't trade my character just to make the journey shorter. Look, pressure makes kings, not because pressure makes you powerful, because it reveals whether you were strong enough to carry the power without losing yourself. Yeah, yeah, let it build. Let it build. Yeah. No panic, no rush. Just focus. Look. Cold-blooded focus. I don't move because I'm nervous, I move because I know exactly what the mission's purpose. Everybody wants the spotlight, I was studying the shadows, learning how to read the room before I ever made a battle. Yeah, I don't react to every voice that tries to pull me sideways. I got too much on the line to let emotion choose my timing. Used to let the little things get underneath my skin. Now I breathe, take a step back, then decide how I should handle it. That's growth. No one when to answer, no one when to lead. No, but some people want a reaction more than they want peace. I don't give them what they're looking for, I don't feed the tension. Silence can be more powerful than any form of aggression. Look, I got goals that need a version of me that's more disciplined. Can't afford to lose direction every time the world gets difficult. So I keep the circle small, keep the vision even smaller. Every distraction that I cut gives me another inch of power. Yeah, I don't need to move fast, I need to move correctly. One mistake made from rushing can cost you something heavy. Patience isn't weakness, it's a weapon. When you're building, you can hear the whole room talking and still stay with your vision. Cold-blooded focus, I got comfortable with waiting while they chase the next distraction. Now we're sharpening my patience. I stop measuring progress by the speed of everybody else, cause comparison will make you question everything you built yourself. I know exactly what it feels like watching people pass you, thinking maybe you're too late, maybe you're moving too slow. Then you realize everybody's clock is built a little different, and the race gets easier when you stop competing with the distance. Yeah, so I study, I prepare, I get just no announcement, no excuses, no need to tell the world what I'm about to do. Look, I've seen people talk themselves into opportunities they weren't ready for, then collapse under the weight when the opportunity came through the door. I don't want a bigger room until I can handle what's inside it. I'd rather build capacity before I ever try to multiply it. That's why every setback gets analyzed, not dramatized. Every failure gets dissected until I understand exactly why. I don't take an L and turn it into an identity. I take the information and I use it to improve the strategy. In the background, dark and spacious like a late night drive. 808 underneath steady pulse, keeping everything alive. Minimal drums, let the vocals sit inside the atmosphere. No unnecessary noise, the message gotta land clear. Cold-blooded focus, but the heart still gotta breathe it. Being calm doesn't mean you lost the fire underneath it. I can care deeply and still keep my emotions in their place. I can want something badly without letting desperation set the pace. Yeah, that's control, not controlling everybody around you, controlling what you do when the world is trying to drown you. Pressure on my shoulders, I just straighten up my posture. Doubt inside my head, I turn the volume even lower. I don't need to feel fearless, I just need to stay effective. Fear can ride along with me, it just doesn't get to steer the direction. Look, I learned that from the nights when everything felt uncertain, when I couldn't see the outcome, but I still kept putting work in. You don't need perfect clarity to take another step. Sometimes clarity arrives after you've already done your best. Breathe, reset, lock in. Bring the bass back. Bring the bass back. Now I'm colder with my choices, but I'm warmer with my people. Learn the difference between being guarded and becoming something evil. I don't trust everybody, but I don't live suspicious either. I just keep my standards high and let behavior speak much clearer. No panic when the pressure starts to rise around me. No ego when somebody tries to challenge what I built. I don't need to win every conversation in the moment. Some victories take patience, and some don't need Look, no panic, no rush, no noise, just focus. And when the moment comes, I'll already be ready. Yeah. Everybody talks about loyalty until loyalty costs them something. That's when you find out. Look, yeah, loyalty has a price. I learned it in the hard way. Some people love your presence, not the burden that your heart takes. They call you family when the table's full and shining, and vanish when the same table got nothing left behind it. Yeah, I don't hold it against them. People show you who they are. Some are built for sunny days, some will walk with you through dark. I stopped expecting everybody to have the same conviction, cause loyalty ain't words, it's what remains when there's no benefit in it. I remember giving everything and asking nothing in return, thinking everybody valued every lesson I had learned. And the pressure came around and suddenly the room got smaller. Funny how the circle changes when there's nothing left to offer. Look, that's when I learned to separate love from obligation. You can care about somebody without caring the situation. You can win somebody well and still leave them in the past. Some relationships are real but simply weren't built to last. I don't need 100 people standing next to me. Give me 2 who know the real me and still choose to believe. The ones who don't disappear when the vision starts to cost. The ones who see you take an L and never treat you like a loss. Loyalty has a price and sometimes you pay it alone. You lose a little comfort when you finally stand on your own. I've had to choose between belonging and protecting my direction, and learn that fitting in can be the most expensive form of rejection. Some people only love you when you're easy to control, when you say what they want and never challenge what they know. The moment you establish boundaries, suddenly you're changing. But growth always looks like betrayal to the people who benefited from you staying. Yeah, I don't explain myself to every person who gets distant. Time will tell the difference between a misunderstanding and a decision. If I hurt somebody, I own it. I don't hide behind excuses, but I won't carry guilt just because somebody couldn't handle my boundaries. Look, real loyalty doesn't mean agreeing with everything. It means telling me the truth when everybody else is flattering. It means calling out my weakness when my ego gets too loud, and standing beside me while I figure how to work it out. Yeah, that's rare, that's worth more than money, worth more than status, worth more than a room full of people saying they love me. Cause when the lights go out, you don't need an audience, you need somebody real. Yeah. Piano in the background, lonely like a memory at midnight. 808 underneath, slow heartbeat underneath the streetlights. Minimal drums, let the words carry every conversation. This is about the people who survived every changing situation. I've lost friends, but I gained clarity in the process. Lost connections, but I learned how to protect my progress. Some goodbyes hurt because their history was honest, but holding on to something that won't bring the old days back regardless. So I don't burn every bridge just because somebody left me. I leave some doors closed without turning love into resentment. You can respect what something was without needing it again. That's how you know you healed. You don't need to make an enemy of them. Look, my loyalty starts with the man inside the mirror. If I can't keep my own word, why would anybody trust me? So I keep promises to myself before I make them to the world. That's the foundation underneath everything I'm trying to build. No drums, just memories. Yeah, bring the bass back. Bring the bass back. Now my circle ain't bigger, but the foundation got stronger. Every person still beside me makes the journey feel more honest. I don't count who's around me, I pay attention to who's solid. Cause a small room full of real ones beats a stadium full of problems. Yeah, loyalty has a price, and I finally understand it. Sometimes you pay with patience, sometimes distance, sometimes sacrifice. But I'd rather pay that price than sell the values that define me. Cause the wrong kind of company can cost you everything quietly. So if you stand beside me, no, I won't forget it. If you fall, I'll reach for you before I ever count the credit. But if you walk away, I won't chase you down for validation. I respect the choice and keep moving toward my destination. Look, loyalty has a price, and I'm willing to pay it. Because I'd rather walk alone with my principles intact than walk surrounded and lose myself along the way. Yeah. They see the crown, they don't see the weight. Look. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Weight of the crown, I can feel it in the silence. Everybody wants a throne until they understand the violence. Not the violence in the streets, I'm talking pressure in the mind. Every decision carries people, every failure leaves a sign. Yeah, I used to think success meant the problems would be over. Then I learned the higher you climb, the heavier your shoulders. More people need an answer, more eyes are on your choices. And suddenly the quiet moments got 1,000 different voices. I don't complain about the way that I chose the road that brought it. If I wanted something meaningful, I knew there'd be a cause for it. You can't ask for influence, then disappear when it's demanded. You can't ask for a kingdom and refuse to understand the land you're commanding. Look, so I learned to keep my balance when the pressure started shifting. Learn to hear the truth beneath the compliments and criticism. Some people praise your strength just because they need protection. Others wait for you to stumble so they can question your position. I don't need to answer everybody, that's a lesson I had to learn. Not every fire needs attention, not every bridge deserves concern. When your purpose gets important, you become selective with your energy, cause protecting what you're building is a form of responsibility. Weight of the crown, and the crown can make you lonely. Everybody knows your name, but very few people know the story. They see the confidence, assume you never doubt yourself. Never see the private conversations when you're questioning everything else. I've had moments where I wanted to put the whole thing down, walk away from every expectation, disappear without a sound. Then I remembered every person who believed when I was starting, every sacrifice that brought me here, every reason I kept fighting. Yeah, so I don't run from responsibility, I redefine it. I don't carry everybody's problems, but I won't deny the people beside me. There's a difference between leadership and being everybody's savior. You can guide somebody forward without becoming that foundation. Look, I learned boundaries from the mistakes that almost broke me. Learned that giving everything away doesn't make you noble. Sometimes protecting your own peace is the most responsible decision, cause you can't pour from an empty heart and call it dedication. So I protect my mind, protect my family, protect my vision, protect the principles that survived every difficult condition. If the crown gets heavier, I'll strengthen what supports it. I won't shrink the dream just because the weight became enormous. Piano in the background, dark and majestic through the midnight. 808 underneath, slow thunder underneath the city lights. Minimal drums leave the atmosphere wide and breathe, and let the vocals sound like someone finally understanding what they're carrying. The weight of the crown isn't proof that you're above him. It's proof that people trust you with something bigger than yourself. Every choice becomes a reflection of the values that you stand for. Every action tells the people watching what the title really stands for. Yeah, so if I ever wear it, let humility be the medal, let responsibility be the chain that keeps me level. Let me remember empty rooms and nights without a future, so success never makes me forget the people who made me stronger. Look, I don't want a throne that separates me from humanity. I want a seat at the table where decisions create opportunity. If I rise, let the people around me rise beside me. If I win, let the victory mean more than just a number on a screen. No drums, just the weight. Bring the bass back now while I walk with every lesson like a chain around my shoulder. Not a burden anymore, just a reminder to stay focused. The crown can shine, but the shine don't make the person. It's what you do when nobody's watching that determines what you're worth. Yeah, if tomorrow takes a title, I'll still know who I am. If they remove the recognition, I'll rebuild with both hands. I've never needed a crown to tell me that I survived. The proof is in the character I build while trying to stay alive. So let the pressure rise, I'll beat it with composure. Let the road get steep, I'll become stronger for the climb. I don't need the world to call me king, I just need to know I never abandoned the man underneath. The crown is heavy, good. Anything worth carrying usually is. And if I ever put it down, it won't be because I couldn't carry it. It'll be because I finally understood what was worth carrying. Yeah. Blood, sweat. Every scar got a timestamp. Every sacrifice left a mark. Look, Look, blood, sweat, legacy, that's the language that I speak. Every dollar got a story, every victory got a week of sleepless nights and second thoughts, wondering if I'm ready. Then I learned you don't become prepared, you build yourself through pressure. Yeah, I remember working while the whole world looked away, putting pieces of a future together day by day. Nobody saw the sacrifice, they only see the outcome. But I know how many versions of myself I had to overcome. There were dreams I had to bury just to make another grow. People I had to leave behind, places I had to let go. Not because I stopped caring, not because the love was fake. Sometimes you have to close a chapter just to give the next one space. Look out her own hand inside the struggle, I remember every cost, every lesson from the nights I couldn't tell if I was lost. Every failure put a mirror right in front of who I was. Every time I faced the truth, I became a little harder to break. Now I understand the difference between hustle and obsession. One builds your future, one can steal your present. I don't wanna win so badly that I forget who I'm winning for. What's the point of having everything if you don't recognize yourself anymore? Blood, sweat, legacy, I think beyond the moment. Not just what I can earn, but what survives when I'm gone. Money can disappear, buildings can fall, names can fade, but the way you treat the people around you can outlive your name. That's the kind of wealth I'm trying to leave behind. A standing, not a statue, something stronger than a sign. Let the next generation see what patience can create. See a man who kept his word even when it would have been easier to escape. Yeah, I want them to know the road was never always pretty. There were days I felt exhausted, days the pressure hit me deeply, but I kept showing up because consistency became my language. And eventually the little things started changing the landscape. Look, I've learned a legacy isn't something you announce. It's built inside the habits nobody ever counts. It's the conversation with yourself when nobody can hear. It's choosing what is right when the wrong thing disappears. Yeah, so I don't need a perfect story, I just need an honest one. One where every scar reminds me what I had to overcome. One where every loss became a reason to be wiser. And every time I reach the top, I remember those who helped me climb it. Piano in the background, slow and haunting through the night. 808 underneath, like a heartbeat keeping time. Minimal drums, let the words breathe inside the tension. This ain't just another hustle track, it's an honest intervention. What are you building if it disappears when you leave? What are you chasing if it takes away the person you need to be? What good is being feared if nobody feels safe around you? What good is being rich if there's nobody left to share the room with? Those questions changed the way I measure success. I stopped counting only money and started counting what was left. Peace inside my home, trust inside my circle, respect inside my name. That's the currency I never wanna lose. So if I fall tomorrow, let the lesson keep me moving. If I win tomorrow, let humility keep me grounded. I'm not trying to leave behind a legend built on ego. I'm trying to leave behind a blueprint somebody else can use. Blood, sweat, silence, and one day, legacy, 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 bringing the bass back, 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 bass back. Now I'm looking at the gears like a book with missing pages. Every chapter that was painful somehow helped me reach the stage. I don't know how many chapters I got left to write, so I'm making every sentence count while I still got the light. Yeah, let the sweat become the proof, let the blood become the lesson, let the struggle become the reason I protect what I've been given. If they remember anything, let it be more than what I own. Let them say I built with purpose and I never walked alone. Cause one day the money won't matter, the cars won't matter, the room won't matter. What matters is what remains when the noise finally disappears. Blood, 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 sweat, legacy. We don't build for the day, we build so tomorrow has something worth inheriting. Yeah, pressure came, I stayed. Doubt came, I stayed. Never fall. Yeah, never fold, even when the whole plan went sideways. Had to learn to keep my balance when the floor changed. Everybody loves the confidence when everything is working, but character gets measured when the outcome isn't certain. Yeah, I had days when I was tired of rebuilding what I started. Days when every little problem felt like something much larger. Could've blamed the circumstances, could've pointed at the past. Instead I looked inside the mirror and decided I would last. I don't need to call it easy just because I made it through. Some battles leave a mark that nobody else can see but you. I learned to carry pain without letting pain become me. That's the difference between surviving and becoming who you're meant to be. Look, I remember every voice that told me I would never make it. Funny how those words became the few that kept me patient. I stopped trying to prove them wrong and started proving myself right. That's when all the noise around me finally lost its appetite. Never fall when the pressure pressure starts increasing. Never trade your principles for temporary reasons. If the road gets darker, I'm adjusting how I see it. I don't need the sun to know exactly where I'm headed. Never fought, but I learned I don't have to fight everything. Some battles only grow because you keep feeding them attention. Walking away ain't weakness when the situation has no purpose. Protecting your peace can be more powerful than proving you're the toughest. I used to think that strength meant always standing my ground. Now I know sometimes strength means knowing when to leave town. You can win an argument and still lose something much greater. You can prove that you're right and still become the wrong person later. Yeah, so I choose my battles carefully. My energy ain't endless. Every hour that I waste is an hour I could invest in progress. I don't need revenge, I need results that speak in silence. Let the life I build become the answer to the violence of the doubt. Look, I've been tested by rejection, tested by temptation, tested by success when success came with expectations. But the code stayed the same even when the circumstances changed. I refuse to let a temporary season rewrite my name. If I lose, I learn. If I fall, I rise. If I fail, I rebuild. That's the system. System. Piano in the background, dark and rising like a warning. 808 underneath, heavy pulse before the storm hits. Minimal drums, let the tension sit between the phrases. Then let the bass come crashing when the moment finally changes. Never fold, I got too much behind me to surrender. Every sacrifice became another reason to remember. There were people counting on me when I barely had direction. So I turned that responsibility into another form of protection. Yeah. I don't promise that I'll never break. I promise I'll never stay broken. Yeah, there's a difference. You can bend under pressure, you can stumble in the dark. You can lose your confidence and still protect the deepest part. That's where the fight begins. Not inside the muscles or the image, but inside that quiet voice that says, get up, you're not finished. Look, no perfect timing, no perfect conditions, no perfect life. Just another chance to make a better decision. When the future isn't clear, never fold. When the people you expect to disappear, never fold. When the money gets low, when the pressure gets high, never fold. When the only thing you have left is the reason why. And if tomorrow brings another mountain in my way, I'll remember I've been climbing every single day. I don't need to conquer everything before the night is over. I just need to take the next step and keep moving forward. Never fold. Not because I never get tired, not because I never get scared, because I've learned something stronger than fear. I can keep going anyway. Never fall. Never fall. Never fall. Yeah. Power ain't loud. It doesn't need permission. And it doesn't need applause. Look. Power without mercy, but I'm talking about the mind. The ability to stay composed when everything is out of line. I don't need to raise my voice to make a point. Understood, real authority is quiet when the person holding it is good. Yeah, I've seen what desperation does when people want control. Turn a simple disagreement into something taking toll. I learned early that emotion can become your worst advisor. So I keep my head above the fire and my standards even higher. I don't move because I'm angry, I move because it's necessary. Every decision has a consequence, every burden gets carried. If I say I'm cutting something, I don't make a scene about it. I just close the door and keep progressing without looking back behind me. Look, that's power, not making people fear you. Making sure your own impulses never get to steer you. I've had chances to respond with revenge would have felt satisfying, but temporary satisfaction ain't worth the peace that follows dying. So I chose restraint when my ego wanted action. That's the kind of strength that doesn't need an audience to happen. Yeah, I don't confuse being ruthless with being reckless. You can have a heart and still refuse to be manipulated. You can forgive somebody and still never give them mercy, meaning mercy for my weakness. I won't keep making excuses just because the truth is inconvenient. I've got goals that require discipline, not endless explanations. So I hold myself accountable before I question anybody else's actions. I had to kill the habits that were killing my potential. Had to cut the cover that was keeping me dependent. Sometimes the enemy ain't outside, it's the voice inside your head, the one that says tomorrow when you know you need to start today instead. Yeah, I learned to say no without feeling like I owe a reason. Learn that every opportunity ain't aligned with what I'm seeking. You can have 1,000 options and still choose the wrong direction. That's why clarity is worth more than access to connections. Look, I don't chase every door just because somebody left it open. Some doors lead to places where your principles get broken. I'd rather walk away from something that looks impressive than walk into a room and leave a different person than I am. Yeah, that's power without mercy. No mercy for distraction. No mercy for excuses. No mercy for the version of me that keeps asking for permission to become better. Piano in the background, dark and cold beneath the skyline. 808 underneath, slow pulse moving through the nighttime. Minimal drums, leave the atmosphere wide enough to breathe. Let the silence make the statement before the bass hits underneath. I don't need to dominate a room, I need to dominate my fear. I need to keep my vision clear when everybody disappears. The strongest person isn't always the one who wins the fight. Sometimes it's the one who could destroy it all and chooses not to strike. Yeah, that's restraint, that's discipline, that's power. Knowing you could react and choosing not to. Knowing you could walk away and still remain confident. Knowing you could take the easy road and refusing it because you respect the destination. Look, I've been angry, I've been hurt, I've been betrayed, but I refuse to let another person's behavior decide the person I become. Yeah, no drums, no anger, just control. Bring the bass back. Yeah. Now I'm moving with a calm that I had to earn through chaos. Every difficult season taught me what my discipline was made of. I don't need revenge, I need distance from the distraction. I don't need to prove I'm powerful, I need to protect my direction. Yeah, if the world gets louder, I get quieter and more precise. If the pressure starts rising, I don't gamble with my life. I've got too much invested in becoming something greater. I won't trade a lifetime of progress for a 5-minute ego victory. Power without mercy means mercy for the mission, mercy for the future, but no mercy for indecision. I can bend without breaking, I can change without surrender. I can walk away from chaos and still come back stronger. Look, power ain't the ability to control everybody else. Power is controlling yourself when you have every reason not to. That's the kind of power I want, and that's the kind nobody can take from me. Yeah. When the lights go out, who's still there? No cameras, no crowd, no applause, just you. When the lights go out, every title loses meaning. Every number in the bank can't tell you what you're feeling. All the people that surrounded you suddenly get distant, and the silence gets so loud you can finally hear your conscience. Yeah, I spent years trying to become somebody worth respecting, only to realize I had to respect myself before expecting it. I chased validation from places that can never give it, then wonder why the emptiness kept getting bigger with the winnings. That's the part nobody tells you about success. Sometimes getting everything exposes what you haven't fixed yet. You can buy a bigger house and still feel homeless in your head. You can fill a room with people and still feel alone inside the bed. So I started looking deeper than the image I was selling. Started asking harder questions about the person I was becoming. Would I still be proud if nobody knew my name? Would I still chase this dream if there wasn't anybody watching? Those questions changed the way I started moving. I stopped building for attention and started building something truthful. If nobody ever noticed, would the work still mean something? If nobody ever clapped, would I still wake up and keep running? When the lights go out, you remember who was real, who stayed when there was nothing they could gain or steal. Some people love the version of you that looks successful, but the real ones recognize your silence when you're struggling. I've had conversations with myself I couldn't have with anybody. Admitting I was scared, admitting I was tired, admitting I was sorry. Pride wanted silence, but honesty demanded something different. So I learned that vulnerability can be another form of strength. Yeah, I don't need to pretend that every chapter made me stronger. Some chapters broke me first and took a little longer, but I kept the lessons, kept the scars, kept the The darkness taught me what the spotlight never could. It showed me who I was without the pressure to look good. No image to protect, no reputation to defend. Just a man asking whether he was proud of how his story ends. And I wasn't always proud, that's the truth. But shame can either keep you trapped or teach you what you refuse to become again. Yeah. Piano in the background, only notes across an empty room. 808 underneath, low heartbeat cutting through the gloom. Minimal drums, leave the space between the words untouched. Let the silence feel like something the listener can almost touch. When the lights go out, that's when the truth gets louder. You can hide behind success, you can't outsource your problems. Every decision comes back looking for an answer. Every promise that you broke becomes a question from the past. So I made peace with the man I used to be. Not because he was perfect, but because he got me here. I won't glorify his mistakes, but I won't erase them either. Every wrong turn helped me recognize the road I needed. Look, let's grow. Not becoming someone without flaws, becoming someone who refuses to let the same flaws control him twice. Lights off, city quiet. Breathe, breathe, bring the bass back. Now if the lights go out tomorrow, I won't panic in the dark. I've already learned to find my way without a map or any stars. Take away the money, take away the recognition. I'll still have the discipline that built the original foundation. Yeah, take the room, take the title, take the people watching. I still know exactly why I started and what I'm becoming. Cause everything external can disappear without a warning, but character travels with you every night and every morning. So when the lights go out, I don't need to be afraid. I spend enough time in the darkness to appreciate the day. I don't need the world to tell me that my life is mean. I know it every time I wake up and keep it coming. Look, when the lights go out, that's not the end. That's when you finally see what was real all along. No crown, no money, no spotlight, just you. And if you're proud of who you are, you've already won. You've already won. Yeah. They thought the story was finished. I was just turning the page. Still got something to prove. Look, still got something to prove, but I ain't proving it to strangers. I'm proving to the man I was before I understood my value. Every limit that I accepted, every dream I kept delaying. Now I'm looking at the same walls like, how high can I take it? Yeah, I ain't angry, I ain't bitter, I ain't chasing validation. I've outgrown the need to turn my progress into conversation. If they notice, that's cool. If they don't, I keep progressing. Cause the hardest competition I've ever faced is my reflection. I know what it feels like to have a potential with no proof. To have a vision in your head but no evidence to show it. That's a dangerous place. You either quit or get committed. I chose the second road and started building what I pictured. Look, every year taught me something that the younger me ignored. Every failure showed me what I couldn't afford to repeat anymore. I don't hate the old me, he was doing what he knew, but I owe it to that version to become the man he never knew. Yeah, yeah. So I keep the hunger even when the table's full, keep the discipline even when the pressure isn't pulling. Success can make you comfortable if you let it get too close. So I remind myself the mission matters more than what I owe. Yeah, still got something to prove. There's another level waiting at another empty trophy, but a life worth celebrating. I want freedom in my schedule, peace inside my decisions. Want the kind of success that doesn't come with hidden conditions. I don't need to be the biggest, I just need to be the consistent. Every day and another chance to make the future more significant. Small moves compound, that's a lesson I remember. A mountain isn't moved in one day, it disappears one stone at a time. Yeah, I've been underestimated, but that's never been my problem. The problem was believing I had to answer every comment. Now I let the work respond, let the years become the evidence that the person I become make every old opinion irrelevant. Look, I don't chase revenge, I chase refinement. Every weakness gets examined, every strength gets alignment. If there's something I don't know, I'm willing to admit it. Cause pretending that you're perfect is the fastest way to limit your potential, yeah. Still hungry, still learning, still building, still moving. I don't need another reason, I just need another morning. Piano in the background, rising slowly through the midnight. 808 underneath, heartbeat getting heavier with each line. Minimal drums and let the rhythm gradually awaken. This is the moment where the hunger that went quiet gets awakened. I still got something to prove, but now I know what it means. It ain't about impressing people, it's about honoring the dream. The promise I made in the dark when nobody believed it. The commitment I kept making every time I almost didn't. revenge, not ego, not applause. Just knowing there's a version of me that I haven't met yet, and I'm coming for him. Look, if I reach another mountain, I'm already looking higher. If I achieve another goal, I'm already building something wider. Not because enough is never enough, but because growth is what happens when you respect what you're capable of. One breath, one thought, still not finished. Bring the bass back. Now I'm walking with the confidence of everything I survived. Every setback that once scared me only sharpened how I drive. I don't need to rush the future, I just need to stay prepared, because opportunity gets expensive when you meet it unprepared. Yeah, so let them think I've reached the ceiling if they want to. I know there's another level waiting somewhere I haven't gone to. I don't announce the destination, I just keep the engine running. Every chapter that I finish makes me hungrier for what's coming. I still got something to prove, to the doubt, to the fear, to the voice that said you're not ready, but mostly to myself. Look, the story isn't over, the hunger isn't gone, the work isn't finished. And if you thought I had reached my limit, you haven't seen anything yet. Still got something to prove. Yeah. After midnight, that's when the real work begins. No cameras, no crowd, just a vision. Look, empire after midnight, city glowing through the glass. I can see the life I'm building, but I still remember where I started at. Long nights, cold floors, dreams nobody understood. Had to build a different future from the pieces of what I could. Yeah, I don't call it overnight, I remember every evening, every hour I stayed awake when everybody else was dreaming. Every sacrifice looked small until they started adding up. Now the distance between the past and present feels enormous, but I don't celebrate too early, there's still work inside the vision. Every level that I reach only creates another mission. I learned success isn't standing at the top and calling it finished. It's having enough perspective to appreciate the distance. Look, I remember when the goal was simply making it through. Now the goal is building something that can outlive what I do. Something solid, something honest, something people can depend on. Not an empire made of ego, an empire built on freedom. Yeah, I don't need the tallest building, I need the strongest foundation. Don't need everybody watching, I need real appreciation for the people who were there before the vision had a value, before the name had weight, before the numbers ever changed you. Empire after midnight, every window tell a story. Some are chasing temporary fame, some are fighting for tomorrow. I learned the difference between looking like you made it and creating something stable enough to never need to fake it. I want access that keep moving while I'm sleeping, knowledge that keeps growing every time I start repeating. I want freedom that my children can inherit as a mindset, not just money in an account that disappears with one bad big decision. Yeah, that's the legacy I'm after, that's the vision getting clearer. Every year I understand myself a little better. I don't need to own the world, I just need to own my choices. Need to keep my peace intact beneath the pressure and the voices. Look, some people build an empire just to prove that they were somebody. They spend their whole existence trying to make the world acknowledge. I don't want that kind of victory, I already know my value. The real flex is waking up with nothing left you have to prove. So I keep moving quietly, let the numbers tell the story. Let the years reveal the difference between attention and authority. Anybody can look powerful when the cameras point directly, but real power shows itself when nobody's looking, yet you stay consistent. Piano in the background, cinematic beneath the skyline. 808, rolling slow like a black car through the nighttime. Minimal drums, leave the space wide enough for every sentence. This is what ambition sounds like after it finally finds perspective. Empire after midnight, but the empire starts within you. Before you build a kingdom, you gotta build the mind that leads it. If your habits can't sustain it, then the money won't protect it. If your character can't carry it, then the power will eventually reject you. So I built discipline before I built a lifestyle. Built patience before I ever started chasing high miles. Built a circle based on loyalty, not proximity to success. Built a heart that could stay grateful when the pressure got intense. Look, that's why I can sit alone inside a room full of silence and still feel like I got everything I need beside me. The city can keep moving, the world can keep competing. I'm comfortable with my pace because I know exactly what I'm seeking. Midnight City. One last yeah, midnight city, one different when you know what it took to reach it. Every light below reminds me of the nights nobody could see it. I don't look down with arrogance, I look back with appreciation, because every step beneath me once felt like an impossible destination. Empire after midnight, built when the world was sleeping, built through every doubt, every loss, every promise I was keeping. And if tomorrow takes the whole thing, I won't call it devastation. I've already built the person who can build it all again. That's the difference. The empire isn't the buildings, it isn't the money, it isn't the name. It's the discipline that built them, it's the character that protects them, it's the vision that survives without them. Look, empire after midnight, the city sleeps, but somewhere in the darkness, someone is still building. And that someone is me. Yeah. So this is where the road brought me. Not to a throne, not to a finish line, to a reason. Listen. Listen, legacy never dies when the name gets lost in time. Every lesson that you leave can keep another soul alive. I was chasing something bigger when I barely had a vision. Now I know the road itself was always part of the mission. Yeah, sleepless nights, empty rooms, questions in my head. Every time I thought I couldn't, I got up instead. Every loss became a lesson, every scar became a page. Every time the world got colder, I became a little braver. I remember who I was before the pressure changed me, before the money, before the expectations, before they praised me. I remember having nothing but a reason to keep going, a quiet voice inside my chest that said you're still growing. Look, I don't regret the nights that made me lose some sleep. Some lessons only reach you when the struggle gets deep. Some versions of yourself have to disappear with time, so the person you're becoming finally gets a chance to shine. Yeah. Don't call it overnight, you didn't see the years, didn't hear the private battles, didn't witness every fear. You're looking at the result, I'm remembering the cost. Every piece of what I gained came from something that I lost. Legacy never dies, but legacy ain't fame. It isn't how they know you, it's what remains after your name. When the money disappears and the spotlight starts to fade, who remembers how you treated people when you had something to gain? Would I keep my word if nobody gave me credit? Would I choose the harder road if nobody ever noticed? Would I stand on my principles when standing, man, I'm lonely? That's the test that tells you who you really are when nobody's watching. Yeah, I don't want a legacy built around a number in the bank. I want people to remember that I gave more than I took. Let the next generation inherit courage from the struggle. Let them know a difficult beginning doesn't dictate the ending. Look, I want them to understand that discipline creates freedom, that patience builds a future when temptation wants it quicker, that failure isn't final, it's information for the journey. And starting from the bottom doesn't mean you'll stay there forever. Yeah, that's the wealth I'm leaving. Not just money, a mindset, a standard, a reason to keep going. Piano in the background, soft like sunrise after midnight. 808 beneath it, heartbeat slowing after long nights. Minimal drums, let the silence carry every sentence. Every word should feel like closing chapters without pretending. To the ones who stayed beside me before the victory, who saw something in my soul when I couldn't see it clearly. You don't need a statue, you don't need a celebration. Your loyalty became a part of everything I'm creating. Yeah, and to the ones who left, I don't carry any hatred. You were part of the story, even if you couldn't stay in it. Every goodbye taught me something I was never meant to miss. Sometimes losing someone's presence helps you find your own direction. Look, to every failure, thank you. To every rejection, thank you. To every dark night, thank you. You didn't end the story, you built the person who could continue it. No drums, just breathe. If the money fades, let the values remain. If the name disappears, let the lessons remain. If the lights go out, let the character remain. And if my road ends, let somebody else continue the journey. Bring the bass back. Now I'm standing where the younger me can never see, looking at the road and understanding what it took from me. I don't need another crown, I don't need another title. I'm just proud I became somebody my younger self could follow. Yeah, the nights were long, the pressure was real. There were moments I was broken but refused to stay still. I never became fearless, I became resilient. And that's a better story than pretending I was invincible. From concrete floors to midnight skylines, from empty pockets to impossible timelines, from maybe someday to look what we created. Every step became a reason I refuse to live complacent. Legacy never dies, It's when the lights go out, when the crowd goes on, when the money disappears, when nobody remembers the name. The work remains, the lessons remain, the character remains, yeah. Don't remember me for the crown, remember the road, remember the nights, remember that I kept building when nobody could see the foundation. Maybe this isn't the ending, maybe it's the moment someone else picks up the story. One dream, one voice, one more chapter. Legacy never dies. It just changes hands, and the story continues.